to a chilly, windy night in Santa Clara, California. We're in the home of the San Francisco 49ers. And their main man, Christian McCaffrey, bad back and all, is ready to rock tonight. His quarterback, Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant. He's never played this position any better than he is right now. On the other side, Sam Darnold, back-to-back outstanding seasons. Last year with the Vikings, this year with the Seahawks, throwing to Jackson Smith and Jigba with a record-setting season for the Seahawks. It's the battle for the top spot in the conference. The NFL on ESPN. This is the type of game that gets you ready for January.
It's a playoff field. We're going to see how they handle it.
Cindy, ready on drums.
The snap, we rushing, hustling, tussling, and trucking. Scramble out the pocket, double pumping, creating plays out of nothing. We making something. Get him, Cindy.
He got it. Touchdown, 49ers. Highlight reel. Touchdown. No place we'd rather be than right here tonight as we welcome you to the Progressive Kickoff. What is at stake tonight? Well, the top spot in the NFC. Seahawks win, they're the #1 seed. They lose, they're the #5 seed. 49ers win, they're the #1 seed. They lose, they could be either the 5 or the 6. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Joe Buck. That is the Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman. And make no mistake about it, these two head coaches are treating tonight's game like it's a playoff game. They're both dying for that bye week and needing only 2 wins to get to the Super Bowl. And for the Seahawks, it's year 2 under Mike McDonald. He's been phenomenal. He's got Sam Darnold at quarterback. All eyes will be on number 14.
Well, that's for sure. Could you think back to last year? Sam was in this exact same position for the Minnesota Vikings, and it didn't go so well. So he comes into this game waiting an entire season to get back to this point. And the key for him is going to be protecting the football. That's something throughout this year he's not done a very good job of. Now, the big thing is for the Seahawks offensively, they've been able to run the ball a lot better over the last month of the season, and this is a team that leans heavily on running the ball. And the most important part of them is the fact their defense is playing outstanding. So he doesn't have to be great. Protect the football, take the easy throws, lean into his defense, and let them do what they've done all year long.
Yeah, you see DeMarcus Lawrence first getting ready to go tonight. We need more on the defense, and for that, we'll go down to Laura Rutledge for a Performance Above. It's brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Laura.
Well, Joe, some have said that this Seattle defense echoes the famous Legion of Boom defense, but they prefer to blaze their own trail. They call themselves the dark side, and the numbers back that up. Seattle has the best run.
Welcome to a chilly, windy night in Santa Clara, California. We're in the home of the San Francisco 49ers. And their main man, Christian McCaffrey, bad back and all, is ready to rock tonight. His quarterback, Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant. He's never played this position any better than he is right now. On the other side, Sam Darnold, back-to-back outstanding seasons. Last year with the Vikings, this year with the Seahawks, throwing to Jackson Smith and Jigba with a record-setting season for the Seahawks. It's the battle for the top spot in the conference. The NFL on ESPN.
This is the type of game that gets you ready for January.
It's a playoff feel. We're going to see how they handle it.
Cindy, ready on drums.
Right off the snap, we rushing, hustling, tussling, and trucking. Scramble out the pocket, double pumping, creating plays out of nothing. We make it something. Get him, Cindy.
He got it. Touchdown, 49ers. Highlight reel. Touchdown. There is no place we'd rather be than right here tonight as we welcome you to the Progressive Kickoff. What is at stake tonight? Well, the top spot in the NFC. Seahawks win, they're the #1 seed. They lose, they're the #5 seed. 49ers win, they're the #1 seed. They lose, they could be either the 5 or the 6. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I am Joe Buck. That is the Hall of Famer, Troy Aikman. And make no mistake about it, these two head coaches are treating tonight's game like it's a playoff game. They're both dying for that bye week and needing only 2 wins to get to the Super Bowl. And for the Seahawks, it's year 2 under Mike McDonald. He's been phenomenal. He's got Sam Darnold at quarterback. All eyes will be on number 14.
Well, that's for sure. Because you think back to last year, Sam was in this exact same position for the Minnesota Vikings, and it didn't go so well. So he comes into this game waiting an entire season to get back to this point. And the key for him is going to be protecting the football. That's something throughout this year he's not done a very good job of. Now, the big thing is for the Seahawks offensively, they've been able to run the ball a lot better over the last month of the season, and this is a team that leans heavily on running the ball. And the most important part of them is the fact their defense is playing outstanding. So he doesn't have to be great. Protect the football, take the easy throws, lean into his defense, and let them do what they've done all year long.
Yeah, you see DeMarcus Lawrence first getting ready to go tonight. We need more on the defense, and for that, we'll go down to Laura Rutledge for a Performance Above. It's brought to you by Jersey Mike's. Laura.
Well, Joe, some have said that this Seattle defense echoes the famous Legion of Boom defense, but they prefer to blaze their own trail. They call themselves the dark side, and the numbers back that up. Seattle has the best run defense in the league. They're #1 on 3rd down, and they're 2nd in scoring defense. Their plan tonight, make life difficult on this 49ers offense they acknowledge has been on a roll. And their tone setter that you just saw, DeMarcus Lawrence, he told me when it comes to affecting Brock Purdy, that's going to be the key. He also said the best thing you can see is an offensive lineman having to pick his guy up off the ground because you took another man's will on the other side. He said it doesn't get better than that. And this Seattle defense is going to be hunting tonight, Joe, especially without Trent Williams on the other side.
Yeah, Laura, future Hall of Fame tackle. He's been to 12 Pro Bowls. He is out tonight. Let's talk about the other side. And that's the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan said during the week, we have earned this game tonight. All these injuries, and yet here they are. And boy, is their quarterback, Brock Purdy, playing great.
That's really a big reason why they are playing in this game with what's at stake, is because of how he has played. He missed 8 games. He comes back. This has been a high-scoring offense. It's evident that he's feeling much healthier with his toe because he's been able to create plays running the ball, and I would expect that to happen again tonight against this defense. Now, we heard Laura say they're without Trent Williams. They also are without their #1 wide receiver in Ricky Pearsall, and it's kind of fitting that they're without those two guys. They've been without some of their best players all season long, and yet they've had a great year. So we'll see how their own defense can hold up against this high-scoring offense for the Seattle team. But this is going to be one heck of a ball game.
Yeah, and moments ago, Brock Purdy was nice enough to stop by and chat with Lisa Salters. Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Brock, because of what's at stake, how do you balance the importance of this game with not being too hyped or trying to do too much?
We just got to do what we've done all year, and that's go out and execute one drive at a time, one play at a time. Whatever the game brings, we got to find a way to execute and win.
No Ricky Pearsall, no Trent Williams. How do you fill those huge voids?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've done a great job all year with having the guy that's behind whoever's starter jump right in, be the next man up, and do a really good job and play at a high level. So we got guys stepping up, and we trust in them, and we're going to go out there and roll.
You've been intentional lately about showing your personality more, and guys say they've really fed off of that. What would be the value, especially in a game like this, if you're able to do that tonight, to let loose a little bit?
I mean, at the end of the day, I just got to go out and do my job. You know, I'm going to focus on that, leave it at that. We score, we celebrate. Outside of that, do our job.
Good luck to you tonight. Joe?
He's been doing that job extremely well. The conditions tonight, it is windy in Santa Clara. Our national anthem when we come back. Wow, what a scene here in Santa Clara. The stage is set, and the battle for the top spot in the NFC West and a #1 seed on the line. And next, you've been watching the Progressive Kickoff.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
All right, getting set to go here tonight. NFC playoff picture. Right now, Seattle in that top spot. Right now, Tampa Bay in that division leader column. But they still need help to make the playoffs. They'll be watching the Falcons and the Saints get after it tomorrow. The winner of tonight's game is the #1 seed. The loser will be either the 5 or the 6. If it's Mike McDonald's Seahawks, they'll be the #5 seed if they lose. Kyle Shanahan's 49ers would be the 5 or 6, depending on what the Rams do tomorrow at home against Arizona. San Francisco won the toss. They defer, so Seattle will start the night with a football. And Pinheiro will kick it away with Rashid Shaheed, who suffered a concussion last week in Carolina, set to return it. Flag on the play. Thrown right after the kick left the foot of Pinheiro.
Illegal formation, receiving team number 30. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So Sam Darnold is set to go. He made a playoff start last year for the Minnesota Vikings. Came to the Seahawks as a free agent. There's the regular season. He's a Pro Bowler, but he has turned the ball over a lot, 20 times total. But he and his Seahawks are sitting at 13-3, tied for the best record in the game. Quick setup and throw. Shaheed knocked out of bounds by Diamador Lenore with a gain of 3. Take a look at the offensive line. They've got a rookie starting as he has all year, Gray Zabel at left guard. They're without their starting left tackle, Charles Cross, but Josh Jones is good to make the start. And the Pro Bowler on the outside, legit #1 receiver, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And what a year Jackson Smith and Jigba has had. He has been all world throughout this year.
2nd down and 7. Walker over the right side, getting blocks and has a first down for the Seahawks. Running game has been better, as Troy said during the open. Walker, a 100-yard game 2 weeks ago. Zach Charbonnet, his backup, had 110. last week at Carolina. Here's the defense for the 49ers, still without Nick Bosa, still without Fred Warner, and here is the secondary. Jair Brown and Malik Mustafa are the safeties. They get Renardo Green back after missing the last two with a neck injury. Robert Saleh, their coordinator. Play action from Darnold, drops it off. That's Walker. Not tripped up, still on his feet and rumbling down inside the 40. Where Renardo Green made the stop, but that's a big pickup of 20, and the Seahawks are rolling right out of the gate.
Good pickup, and I like what they're doing offensively with Sam Darnold to start this game. First of all, you mentioned the rookie, Gray Zabel. He gets out there, and he helps kind of lead the way on this screenplay for Kenneth Walker. Great blocking out in front. And you've got 2 completions to start this game by Sam Darnold, and they're easy completions, but it sure helped. You hand the ball to Kenneth Walker on 2nd down, easy 1st down, and now they're on the move.
Charbonnet in the backfield now. And he'll try with his first carry of the night, and a nice pickup on 1st down of 6.
Getting some good movement up front, Joe. That time Anthony Bradford, their right guard, he did a nice job of getting up to the next level and creating some running lanes. And yeah, as you said, this has been a team that is heavy in terms of wanting to run the ball. In fact, both of these teams really pride themselves on trying to establish the run. But for much of the year, Seattle has struggled. But the last month, they started running the football very well, and they are again here tonight.
They stick with Charbonnet. He's met at the line and driven backward. D. Winters was the first guy there, and Malik Mustafa cleaned up, no gain.
Yeah, really great job by San Francisco that time, knowing that Seattle's trying to get the run established. D. Winters, number 53, here he comes. And then Malik Mustafa, the safety, he finishes them off.
Would be a 51-yard field goal try from here. It's 3rd and 4. Darnold comes off his first read and finds his tight end Saubert. And Eric Saubert gets his 3rd catch of the year. He's the one that got the 2-point conversion for the win in overtime a couple of weeks ago against the Rams, a gain of 9.
Really nice job there by Sam Darnold settling in here on this opening drive. On this play alone, he gets to his 3rd read. He's looking to his right. He starts then in the middle after he comes off of that, and all the way back out to Saubert, who runs a nice route, a little pivot there on the outside. It's good pocket presence by Sam Darnold. Great protection by the offensive front.
Walker right side with his fullback in front of him. Nice cutback. And on 1st down, Kenneth Walker gets 8.
We've already seen both of these running backs, Joe, with Kenneth Walker as well as Zach Charbonnet, and that's the 1-2 punch that not a lot of teams are afforded. They're really good, and they like to rotate those guys through. They're both really talented. They have different skill sets, but the one thing they share in common is their ability to break tackles.
This defense for the 49ers gave up 440 yards to the Bears in that thrilling win. And they're getting run over right now. 2nd and 2. Charbonnet has got another 1st down as he takes it to the 10. 1st and goal.
You know, we talked to Kyle Shanahan, and he was talking about how most of this season teams see the 49ers secondary, and they tend to get away from the running game, and they get infatuated with trying to attack the air they see in the coverages. But as we mentioned, that's not going to be the case for Clint Kubiak, the offensive coordinator for Seattle. They pound the football. They're really good at it, and they're off to a good start on this opening drive.
Darnold, end zone. Can't connect, but a flag. Jackson Smith and Jigba, who was being guarded by Diamador Lenore. He said he wanted Smith and Jigba. He got him, and he interfered with him.
Yeah, he grabs him at the top of this route.
Defense number 2. Spot foul. Automatic 1st down.
You saw the grab, and you're right, Joe. Lenore talked this week about wanting to match up. with JSN, and I thought it was pretty funny because Lenore hasn't matched up with anybody all season long. When he plays outside, which is most of the time, he is lined up at the left cornerback position all but one snap. Now they are putting Jackson Smith and Jigba to his side, so he's been assigned him on a couple of throws already. So it's clear that the Seattle Seahawks like that matchup.
First down and goal. Robbie Oots, the fullback. Charbonnet behind him. Time runs out. Darnold is dumped.
Well, he had Zach Charbonnet in the flat, and for whatever reason, I don't know if the tackle got pushed back into his vision, but he's going to go to the flat, and he's got him right now. As soon as you come off that fake, put it on him, and he elects not to. I'm not sure exactly why, but you can't take the sack.
Tatum Bethune got it. That's his first of the year. And it's second and goal. The ball back at the 12. Charbonnet right side. Cuts upfield, gets down to the 7 maybe. Just inside the 8, a gain of 5. It's third and goal.
Well, we saw Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator, and he knows what his defense is. And they give up yards, and his hope is that if they get to enough third downs or they get down here in the red zone, they're going to force a team to settle for field goals. The sack certainly helps his case. Big third down here.
Timeout Seattle. You saw Charles Cross, one of the best tackles in the game, who is out with a hamstring, missing his 3rd straight game. So there's pressure on Josh Jones. And with the Seahawks not able to get lined up, Mike McDonald ran down and called a timeout.
Yeah, you see the confusion, them trying to communicate and get lined up, the play clock running down, and they're able to get the timeout called. See if that comes into play here the remainder of this first half. But a nice drive nevertheless for Seattle to get down into this position, and for Sam Darnold, important that he just realized that he's got 3 points in his pocket, and if he doesn't like it, just don't try to force anything.
They hand off to Charbonnet. Got to the 4, and that's it. Jair Brown was in there and made the hit. It's a 4-yard pickup. It's 4th and goal, and the Seahawks look like they're going to go for it.
Well, they must have been thinking that, because it's an interesting call here on 3rd down. But you see Jair Brown, he just comes up and makes a big-time hit, and that's what you're expecting when you're the free, unblocked defender to make that tackle.
This is rare. They don't go for it a lot on 4th down. Most conservative approach in the league this year. That's in Jigba, Smith and Jigba at the top. 4th down. End zone broken up, incomplete. Cup the target. And the Seahawks turn it over on downs with Upton Stout in coverage. They had a 1st and goal at the 1. They go for it on 4th and goal, and they come away with nothing. So much for 3 points in your pocket. Darnold looking for a flag and won't get it. Play drive covering 66 yards, 7.5 minutes off the clock, and come away with nothing.
Well, an interesting decision there on 4th down, just simply because you're on the road and you've got a chance to take the lead on the opening possession. Here's that last play, and they didn't like Renardo Green runs in to Cooper Kupp. That's what Mike McDonald was wanting the penalty for. There really was not anything there. Maybe had a chance here for Jake Bobo on the outside. Did he get the natural pick? He's got a chance. but I think the underneath defender got Darnold off of it. But I was going to say, as good as this defense is, and maybe that's why he does go for it on 4th down, knowing you've got the offense backed up and your defense is so good that they can hold them.
Well, the 49ers offense has been awfully sharp over the last 3 games, really all year, but Brock Purdy is playing some great football. They're coming off a season-high 496-yard game against the Chicago Bears defense. And there are the numbers for Purdy, who dealt with turf toe, the big toe on his right foot for the early part of the year. Mac Jones outstanding in his stead. And now Purdy is back and rolling. Both teams come in on a 6-game winning streak. 2nd and 7. 4-man rush. Purdy completes. He's got Juszczyk. 3rd down coming up. Well, this offense is without their star left tackle Trent Williams, a 12-time Pro Bowler and future Hall of Famer. Austin Pleasance makes his first NFL start. And the backs and receivers, they're without Ricky Pearsall, their 2nd-year wide receiver, who's so good against man-to-man coverage, but they still have George Kittle, they still have Christian McCaffrey, they still have Brock Purdy. It's 3rd and 3. Purdy not able to connect with Jennings. There is no flag, and it's going to be a 3-and-out.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what happened there on the play, that Purdy's expecting Juwan Jennings to continue on his route. You can see as he comes up the field and starts to the sidelines, he kind of pulls up as though he's going to maybe run a pivot route of some type, and Purdy was expecting him to continue. So they get to 3rd and short against this defense, and now they're going to set Seattle up with outstanding field position.
1:15 is how long that possession lasted for the 49ers, and Thomas Morstead, career punt number 1001, hits it high. Rashid Shaheed from his knees gets up, stays up, and takes it near midfield. And there is a flag back near where the ball was snapped. Right now, 48-yard punt, 10-yard return.
Personal foul. Face back. Kicking team number 49. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. 1st down. Timeout.
I mean, that's going to take the ball near the 35-yard line of the 49ers. So after going for it on 4th and goal and not getting it, there's the face mask right in the middle of the screen by Garrett Wallow. The Seahawks will have great field position in a scoreless game. Progressive, get coverage you can count on with home and auto at Progressive.com. These two teams have been battling over the years, both in the NFC West, battling tonight for the top spot. They met in the 2013 NFC Championship game. Seattle won that. 2019 Week 17 game. 49ers won that. 2022 wild card game, and in his rookie year, Brock Purdy, the 49ers beat the Seahawks 41-23. At the 35, 2nd possession for Seattle. Walker cuts back. Cleveland Farrell came down to make the stop and a gain of 3. Opening drive was impressive. They had a 1st and goal at the 1. They went backward. They went for it on 4th and goal. Didn't get it. And there is their longest time of possession on an opening drive without points since 2018.
Yeah, that's disappointing, no doubt, not coming away with the points. But as I mentioned, as good as their defense is, back them up, they get good field position. If in that same situation again, I'm not sure McDonald goes for it.
Jackson Smith and Jigba ridden out of bounds by Renardo Green. And he'll be short of 1st down yardage, a gain of 5.
Overall right now, though, Joe, Seattle's got to be feeling pretty good, especially Sam Darnold. I mean, the way that they are running the football, you watch Kenneth Walker, he is explosive. Once he gets the ball in his hands, they averaged over 5 yards a carry on that opening drive. Had some really nice runs. Darnold was good, and interestingly enough, what killed the drive for them was the sack by San Francisco, and they're last in the league at getting those.
3rd down and 2. Charbonnet. He's got it and plenty more. Touchdown, Seattle. He got the first down, then was one-on-one with Malik Mustafa, who couldn't bring him down, and it's a 27-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2.
Well, take a look at A.J. Barner, the tight end. He's blocking Jair Brown, and Jair Brown's the only guy that can contain Charbonnet. And Barner, who is a blocking machine, does an absolute great job. It's one-on-one, and Charbonnet, you're not going to win that battle. Touchdown, Seattle.
They needed 2. They get 27, a touchdown, add the extra point with Jason Myers. And Zach Charbonnet now with 4 touchdowns over his last 3 games. And the opening points by the visiting team. Here in Week 18, 7-zip, Seahawks. McDonald's from the streets of San Francisco to Santa Clara, and Zach Charbonnet, who now has 12 rushing touchdowns this season, most by a Seahawk player since 2014 when Marshawn Lynch had 13. And they went for it on 4th and goal on their first possession, didn't get it. They get a 3 and out from their defense and go right down the field and lead 7-0. Out to the 35, it will come. Mike Macdonald in his 2nd year as head coach of the Seattle Seahawks. His group is 14-2 last year and this year combined on the road. And you see the best road records in the first 2 seasons as an NFL coach. There's George Seifert, who inherited and then coached and really performed as the head coach of a great 49er team when he took over. McDonald right on that list behind him. 4.5 to go first quarter. 49ers ball at the 35, and a handoff is to McCaffrey, and not much room. A gain of 2.
I don't think you can say enough about the job that Mike Macdonald has done for this Seattle team, especially here in year 2, and the improved defense that we are watching throughout this season. They are a top 5 defense in almost every category and just do an outstanding job. And they're really talented, but they're extremely well coached. The area of most improvement has been their run defense. They just shut people down, and that's going to be a problem for San Francisco if they can't get something going on the ground.
2nd down and 8. Time runs out. Purdy gets brought to the ground by Derek Hall. A loss of 1. It goes down as a sack, and it's the 2nd of the season for Hall.
Well, Seattle doesn't blitz a lot. They do bring a lot of secondary players, and they bring linebackers. They rush 5, and when they do bring those extra defenders, they are awfully good at getting to the quarterback. And that's just an outstanding job of getting to Brock Purdy and forcing a 3rd and long. And this is a down they have dominated throughout the year.
Purdy steps up, finds Jennings. Long way to go, won't get there. And Juwan Jennings is down by Reek Woolen and Ernest Jones. And the offense is staying out there until now. Now the punt team comes out on 4th and short.
Well, Seattle, over the last 6 games or so, they have been playing a lot of 6 defensive backs. And what that does is it allows Reek Woolen to get onto the field, number 27, who came up and made the first contact on the ball carrier, and they rallied to the football, and it looked initially like he was going to get the ball and had room to run for the 1st down, but just great pursuit defensively.
Fair catch by Shaheed, and he hauls it in inside the 20 near the 17. 39-yard punt. Seahawks 3rd possession coming off that touchdown drive, leading by 7. 7 as we roll the tape back and look at these tight ends.
Yeah, it's been a good start, the way that they've been able to run the football, and a big reason why is these tight ends. You can see Saubert and Barner, they do a great job on the first big run of the game, sealing the edge, and then of course A.J. Barner here. This is an offense that likes to run multiple tight ends. They do it as much as anybody, and why not when you've got those 2 guys that are able to seal the edges the way they have here in this first quarter.
Seahawks start at their 18. Walker. Big hole to run through and still going. Brought down from behind as he crossed the 35. And the Seahawks are averaging about 8 yards a carry. And this is good for 20 for Kenneth Walker.
Well, Gray Zabel gets the block here. 74 here. The left tackle, Josh Jones, he has nobody to block. You see, he's running. He's just looking for somebody. And when you're having to do that as an offensive lineman, that means there's a big hole then for Kenneth Walker.
See, they're over 8.5 yards per carry. 87 already. Walker thought about cutting back, and now he gets brought down by Eric Kendricks. We'll go down to Laura.
Well, Joe, there's been a big emphasis this week by offensive coordinator for the Seahawks, Clint Kubiak, on getting in and out of the huddle efficiently. So far, a lot of conversation down here on the sideline about that. They've been pleased with the operation, and Darnold specifically checking in with the O-line multiple times, making sure they can hear him. They've all reported back they can hear him loud and clear. We'll see if that continues.
Clint, who was with the 49ers in 2023, and his brother, Clay, is the offensive coordinator for Kyle Shanahan. 2nd and 9. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Good fastball out of the right hand of Sam Darnold. 1st down.
Well, Kyle Shanahan has got to be concerned with what he is watching from Seattle offensively. I mentioned it a moment ago that teams have kind of gotten away from running the football, and even Chicago last week averaging 5 yards a carry. You know, they didn't really run it all that much, just 22 carries for them in that game. But Seattle well over 50% here in this first half of running the football and having a lot of success doing it.
They stick with it. Charbonnet is met right at the line of scrimmage by Jair Brown. Coming up on the end of the quarter, when we met with Kyle Shanahan, he said, our best chance to win a Super Bowl is to win this game, this one tonight. It's a 2-for-1. And he said in some weird way, it's almost more important than the next one. They're without Trent Williams. They're without Ricky Pearsall. They're without Bosa and Warner. We have a false start, so kill the music. We thought we were at the end of the quarter until the flag flew.
False start. Office number 88.
Wow.
5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down. Please put 1 second on the game clock.
I think Sam Darnold was just going to let the clock run down.
And that is that's a free 5 yards for San Francisco, marching Seattle back. And that'll do it for the first quarter. McDonald didn't like the call. We'll discuss it when we come back. 2nd down for Seattle after 1, up 7. Troy, here's what drew the flag, and the call was against Seattle. This is a real-time look at it. It looked to us like Seattle was trying to get a free 5.
Well, they were. Sam Darnold, he was using the hard count. He thought with the time running down, they were going to let it go to the end of the quarter. Maybe we can get an easy 5. That was an awfully tight call by the officials to call them for a false start.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 to start the 2nd quarter. Low snap. Darnold. Jackson Smith and Jigba, nice move. Broken tackle, and another still going down the sideline, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 37. A missed tackle by D. Winters, and let's take a look. They marked him out of bounds at the 37.
Not yet. There it is. That's a good call there by the officials, catching it. 2 missed tackles there, turned what should have been a minimal gain into a new set of downs.
No answers by this 49ers defense except for one play, that sack by Tatum Bethune.
Yeah, and even on the last play, just no one even close to putting pressure on Sam Darnold.
Here's a handoff right side. Charbonnet Brought down from behind, almost lost the football. Malik Mustafa made the tackle, but it's enough for another Seattle first down.
Yeah, and it looks a lot like what we showed earlier there on that opening drive where they come in with 2 tight ends. They got Saubert and Barner to that right side, and they secure the edge. And you can see Charbonnet where he is. He's up on the corner before anyone's even there to try to make a play on him.
Seattle's got 10 first downs in the game. San Francisco has run 6 offensive plays. Fake toss. Darnold, no pressure on him. Throws in the direction of Charbonnet, incomplete. Second down.
Well, they're kind of having their way right now offensively. And Sam Darnold, I mean, a really nice block there by Saubert, number 81, as he comes across. He makes the key block that kind of allows Darnold to buy some more time, but outstanding coverage on the back end by San Francisco.
But for the Seahawks, they're watching Sam Darnold not force the ball at all. A welcome sight at 2nd and 10. Hand off to Walker, and he is slung to the ground by Akuanu. And a loss of 4.
Well, that's what they needed to try to slow them down. And you're right, Joe, as far as watching Sam Darnold, it's the easiest way to then get into a rhythm as a quarterback. You come in, you got a lot of pressure on you, you're playing on the road, there's a lot at stake, and Sam Darnold knows it. And all eyes, as you said, to come into this game are on him. And yet he's been able to settle in because of the way that Clint Kubiak has called the game, but more importantly, the way that they've run the football. Now we're 3rd down here. A lot of Sam Darnold's interceptions have come on 3rd downs.
Seahawks were late getting out of the huddle. They're able to snap it before the play clock expired, and Walker gets dropped by Upton Stout. It's 4th down.
Great call, or great play by Upton Stout, but I like the call by Clint Kubiak. It's 3rd and long. Make it an easy completion. See if you can't pick up some more yards to make this an easier field goal attempt. But Upton Stout, he comes up. He's a physical player. He plays right through Jake Bobo and makes a big play.
It'll be a 47-yard try by Jason Myers, who leads all kickers in points this season. This one, no good. And the Seahawks have to be wondering and thinking about what could have been in this first half. Still just a 7-point game. Myers had made 18 straight. That streak is snapped. Look at the numbers. 49ers utterly dominated the first 17.5 minutes, outgained by 135 yards. They don't have any first downs yet. They are 63 yards and an extra point away from a tie game.
It's hard to believe as much as Seattle has dominated this first half. I mean, it's a 1-possession game, and it's the best that San Francisco could hope for at this point.
Here's Kittle trying to get him involved, trying to keep their defense off the field for a minute. We'll go down to Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, you mentioned how Kyle Shanahan said a win tonight would give the 49ers the best chance of getting to the Super Bowl. Would also mean they could get to the Super Bowl without ever having to get on an airplane again this season. George Kittle said, we're a West Coast team, so no matter who we play, unless it's in the division, we have to fly for at least 3 hours, which takes its toll on your body. So he said, if we can just figure it out tonight for guys who are struggling through things, this game means so much and would set us up for so much success down the road.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. If they were to get there and win it, it would take a streak of 10 wins in a row. Here's a nice catch. McCaffrey into Seattle territory and a first down for San Francisco.
Well, really nice job by Christian McCaffrey. He comes out of the backfield, which you see him do a lot. This offense runs through him. Even the passing game, for that matter, runs through him. It looked like he initially indicated he might be helping out in protection. He's able to slide inside, get a quick pass, and pick up the first down. Just really great execution, knowing that Brock Purdy just simply cannot sit back there and hold the football.
49ers first down of the ball game. Purdy setting it up for Jennings. And he is wrestled to the ground by Rick Woolen, who has played so much better in the second half of this season for Seattle. A Pro Bowler as a rookie coming on, and no loss of 1.
Yeah, Joe, it's one of the reasons why Mike McDonald started to use more of the 6 defensive backs, is to get Rick Woolen on the field, because Josh Jobe, the starter, he won the job in camp. He has been the starter. And Rick Woolen, he gets on the field for the most part when they do go with the 6 defensive backs, and it's a formidable group. And Rick Woolen, he's made some nice plays already here in this first half.
It helps that they can get pressure with a 4-man rush, as Purdy cannot complete with Jennings, who was hit and maybe hurt. Drake Thomas was there defending, and Jennings is able to get up. And we'll head to the sideline after this.
Well, Juwan Jennings, you see Drake Thomas, he comes up and puts the hit on him, and the way in which he lands, and this guy is Juwan Jennings. He's as tough as they come. He has played through so much this year to get on the field. He likes a physical style of football, but just was not expecting that kind of hit. You can see the pain with him, his face, the grimace that he has.
Well, he's been playing through broken ribs. He broke 5 of them early in the season. And he's wincing after hitting the ground hard. Good play by Drake Thomas. It's 3rd and 11. Purdy sneaks through. Gets to the edge. And he's going to be out of bounds, short of first down yardage by a yard, as Ty Okada is making the start for the injured Kobe Bryant. Second straight week for that, made the stop. And it's 4th down and 1.
Yeah, that's just a great job by Brock Purdy, and that's the element that we've seen from him, especially as the season has gone along. We talked about the toe injury and how that limited him when he first came back, but you can tell each week it's gotten more and more healthy, and he's been able to create a lot of plays with his legs, and there was no doubt coming into this game against this defense, that's a viable weapon for San Francisco.
It's 4th down and 1, and timeout is taken by Mike McDonald, I believe, on the sideline. He's out on the field, and that'll be their second.
Second charge timeout. Seattle.
His defense is the second best in the league. He's got the challenge flag in his hand.
I thought he challenged the play. They called that he asked for the timeout. Let's take a look.
Yeah, no, he challenged I think the spot of the football, right, Russell?
I mean, it certainly looks like he's throwing a challenge flag there. It doesn't look inadvertent, but I'm sure that's what he's trying to tell the official. He didn't mean to throw the challenge flag, meant to call a timeout.
Yeah, right after he threw the flag, I think he turned to the official and signaled timeout.
Yeah, it's too late. I mean, if you do throw a challenge flag and the officials judge that you intentionally wanted to throw the challenge flag, you have to stick with it.
Well, I mean, you see where Purdy is. He's a couple of yards short of the first down.
Now, I will add, that wouldn't be reviewable because the spot is only reviewable in relation to line to gain, and he was short either way.
Well, it is 4th down and 1 instead of what could have been 4th down and 2 with where Purdy stepped out. Play action from Purdy. Time running out. He's able to get rid of it. Incomplete. Seahawks ball. With Hughes check the target and pressure from DeMarcus Lawrence. And Seattle's defense has allowed just 1 first down in this ball game. Rick Woolen made that defensive play. Seahawks ball up 7.
Sit down. All showdown. We get you ready for that and all the games with playoff stakes. Plus for one-on-one with Trevor Lawrence. NFL Countdown, 10 a.m. Eastern. Joe, back to you.
All right, Graney, thank you. We'll be looking forward to that. You know that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Carolina Panthers will be glued to their TVs to see who wins between New Orleans and Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right. Congratulations to Tampa Bay today on their win, but there's a little left on the bone there. We'll find out tomorrow.
Here's play action from Sam Darnold, who has time and fits it perfectly into Jackson Smith and Jigba. Good throw, right on the money, and an 18-yard completion.
And this is when Sam Darnold is at his best. When